2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. We've got the Suns facing Melbourne. And it's the Suns to start out. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Jaren Jackson is out there with Rudy Gobert. Then it's Williams. Then it's Culver. And it's Bembry in at the 2. Now here's Williams. On the wing, Jackson. 5 on the clock. Over Wiggins. Jackson gets the bucket. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for Melbourne. And George kicks to Bledsoe. 1:22 left here in the first quarter. Count that one.
Wow, the energy from Bledsoe in this one, excelling at turning on the jets and getting to the basket.
Bledsoe against Williams. And the pass to Culver. The floater. Here's Gobert. Melbourne pulls it in.
Now, I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
It's George on the wing. 41 seconds left in the first quarter. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, he does a lot of work on the perimeter, but don't let Paul George fool you. He can finish inside.
Williams passes to Gobert. Here's Bembry, defended by George. Bembry misses. Now, here's George. Defense is right there. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, height and length at that position for Paul George, that's problematic for a defender, and he used his size to draw the foul that time.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Culver with it. Over Williams. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's Melbourne. They lead by 4. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how Melbourne is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Suns, Leaf is out there with Culver. Then there's Rashawn Holmes. Then it's Jones. And it's Robertson in at the shooting guard position. Culver's shot is off. Waiters outside. Pass to Napier. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
.125 left in the first half of basketball. Napier dishes to Williams. In the corner, George with it. 6 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Holmes. Now, here's Culver. Defended by George. And that one drops.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Napier feeling it out a bit. It's stolen by Jones. Passes it to Leaf. Now here's Culver. Not a lot of room. Outside, Jones. Off target with his 3. Melbourne leading by 4. In the corner, Napier with it. Left side, George. Out to the wing. Fires the 3. The shot will not fall. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Melbourne leads by 4. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Now Bledsoe. They've got Marc Gasol. Bledsoe is out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Wiggins in at the 3. Back to George. Just 5 to shoot. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
And for the Suns, they've got Jaren Jackson. Bembry out there with Williams. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Culver in at the small forward position. Now here's Williams. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Culver. That one's not going to go. Wiggins with some nice D. And for Melbourne, Marc Gasol is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Wiggins. And it's Bledsoe in at the point guard.
Wow, that's something else there. A small guard like Bledsoe in there with the second chance hoop. That's physicality.
Here's Williams. Bledsoe with the defensive effort. Melbourne leading by 8.
And if they're thinking they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what they're going to run here. Got to run a good play.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of fouls.
For Melbourne, they've gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And Melbourne with some changes. Cody Zeller's checked in for Gasol. And it's Rab in for Paul George. And for the Suns, Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And it's Robertson in for Culver. Now here's Williams. And he uses the glass on the layup. Williams has got his first basket of the night.
Well, it's such a challenge trying to alter anything that Lou Williams does just because you're on your heels most of the time.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And Zeller kicks to Wiggins. That one wide left.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's Melbourne. They're up by 8. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the court for the Suns, we've got Williams. Jaren Jackson is out there with Robertson. Then it's Jones, and it's Holmes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, you deserve that kind of treatment if you're going to get up in Lou Williams like that. Terrific at getting to the rack.
Now here's Wiggins, defended by Robertson, and it goes down 2 points.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
And out of bounds as Melbourne gains possession. Marc Gasol's checked in for Melbourne. Paul George comes in for Waiters. Gobert, he's checked in for the Suns. Culver comes in for Robertson. To the wing on the left. Here's Gasol. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Now here's Williams. Over in the corner. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
Shooting off the catch is about confidence. There, Culver demonstrating how it's done.
Here's George, and George with the stop.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And the Suns call time here. They trail by 8. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. And it's George finishing it off.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Now here's Williams. And again, it's the Suns missing. Here's George. So no problem for Melbourne as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.